Hey everyone, Johnny here. Thanks for watching. I'm so very honored that you've allowed me to be a part of your day. We're going to be talking about evangelism, living a lifestyle of evangelism and what that looks like. And I'm going to do it through sharing some testimonies with you guys. I hope that it encourages you and stirs you up to good works and just go out there and just proclaim the good news of Jesus and who he is. We've had the honor, my wife and I, to partner together with churches in our region and teach about what it's like to live an intentional lifestyle of evangelism that goes far beyond just saying a few words, smiling, and holding a door open for someone, but intentionally being vocal about the kingdom of God in your surroundings, in your workplace, school, all those things. And so these testimonies I just want to share, like I said earlier, hope that it just stirs you and encourages you. So let's just dive right in and go from there. So two testimonies that I want to share. They both are about a bar, about local bars that are in our area, local clubs and bars. And I want to share this with you to really also help you to understand that you don't have to be intimidated by the surroundings that you're in or that God calls you into. And so in one particular testimony here, my brother and myself were driving down the road here in one of our cities that we're close to, and we just felt like a pulling to go into this bar that was open at the time. And so we said, okay, God, if you want us to go in there, like, we just want your heart for the people in there. We just want to be able to just share your love for them, your goodness for them, and just be there and letting them know that we're praying for them and that they matter. You see, right off the bat, right then and there, we didn't want to say, we weren't coming from a place of judgment or criticism that, Lord, like, send us into this bar so that we can preach hellfire and brimstone. A lot of times, like, our mind goes that way, right? That old wineskin wants to think, hey, we want to go in there and we just want to condemn everybody and condemn everyone's wrongdoing. But at that moment, we just felt like the Lord's compassion and mercy to just go in and just love on these people and partner with them in prayer. So we walk into the bar, and as we go in there, it was a little different for us. And so we walk in and we start talking to some people in there, and right off the bat, we just tell them what we're there to do. Just right up front, we talk to the bartender. We said, hey, look, we really feel the Lord's calling us in here to just pray for some people. And so, of course, he tells us, to go to a corner in the bar and kind of pray by ourselves with our face in the wall. And we just kind of laughed. I guess he laughed as well. And he's like, whatever, do whatever. And so we just started walking to some of these tables, and lo and behold, there was a group of people, about 10 to 15 people, roundabout, some getting up for drinks and going to play pool. They were all at this one table. And we just walked up to the table, my brother and I, we just straight up said, hey guys, we feel like the Lord was calling us in here to just share the good news of who he is and his love for you, and see if we can partner in prayer with you guys. And as soon as we did that, obviously people looked at us really strange, right? They just kind of like, what are you guys doing here? But one woman began to open up. She started to tear, she started to bawl crying, and she talked about how her mother was going through some severe disease stuff. So there's some really bad sickness. And as she began to cry, one of her other friends on the other side of the table, she began to weep, and she began to talk about some stuff she was going through. And then there was another man who stood up, and he started talking about how he had just got laid off, and he was heartbroken and walking into kind of borderline depression. And we just began to just be able to minister to these folks one-on-one, just with each and every one of them, ministering the good news of Jesus, who he is and how much he means to them, and that their issues and what they're going through, God cares about. And so it was an amazing time. We left there. We were encouraged. They were encouraged. They were like, hey guys, come back, all this stuff. And so it was really neat. We went into this place, and sometimes they say, oh, well, I'm not going to step foot into a place like that because, I'm afraid, I don't know, that something will happen or something will jump on me or whatever. And, I'm saying, like, forget that mindset. Walking in there with the goodness of God, with the glory of God, you're called to shape cultures. You're called to change cultures, not allow cultures to change you. All right, beloved. So remember that. So the second testimony, we were leaving our church. We actually had like a small prayer night. And as we were leaving, we felt the Lord yet again calling us to going to another bar, and the exact same thing, except this time the Lord gave us precise words of knowledge to pray for people that were in that bar. So we said, okay, awesome, God, we just want to go in there and do whatever is on your heart for these individuals in there. Same thing, right? So we walk in, and of course, as soon as we walk in, we garner attention right off the bat. It was really strange, but we felt like all eyes were on us as we walked in. But same thing, we walked up to the bartender and we said, hey, look, we just really feel like the Lord's calling us into this place, and we just want to just pray for people. I mean, just straight up, we didn't just like hint around it. We were straight up about it. And of course, the bartender looked at us and kind of the same response, okay, yeah, do whatever. And so at that moment, when we said that, we noticed that the attention of some of the people at the bar, it really caught their attention. And about 8 of these people turn around and just start staring at myself and me and my brother. And they're just staring at us and, kind of like deer in the headlights. And we just start to open up. We just start to just minister on their value, how God sees them, their God-given identities, and things like that. We just start just talking about joy. We start talking about the kingdom of God and who they are and who's God calling them to be. And the words of knowledge came forth. And one of them was that someone was dealing with some severe financial issues and financial situations that was causing them to just, live in this lifestyle of just deep worry day in and day out. And as soon as I said that, one of the individuals responded with a hand raised and said, "Oh my goodness," looks at her friend, gives her that look, that, "Oh my gosh," gives her that look and says, "That's exactly what I'm going through. I was just talking to my friend about this and about what I'm going through." And so she's like, "I need prayer. You're here for me. You're here for me." And so just that one moment right then and there, if it was just her, like that was enough to have stopped and to begin to minister on who he is and just to connect there with that. But it went more than that. There was more words of knowledge that were coming forth, and people at the bar, they were playing pool. They were responding because God was meeting these people where they were at. God wasn't saying, "Hey, get cleaned up, come to church, sit on the pew, serve for 5 years, and then I'll reach out to you," right? No, but right then and there where they were at, God was reaching out to them and saying, "I know you, and I want to be personal with you, and I want to love on you, and I want to show you that my son died for all," right? And it was an amazing thing. We got to talk to them. We got to pray with a bunch of people in there. They were excited. Same thing. "Hey, you guys come back." It was awesome. And so I wanted to share those 2 testimonies in hopes that you understand that you are a culture changer. But in being a culture changer, God has given you a voice to declare the good things of God, but also to walk in boldness and in courage. So let this be testimonies that edify and stir you up in living a lifestyle of intentional evangelism. Everywhere that you go, God is wanting to use you as an invitation for an encounter with Him. Remember that, beloved. You are an invitation for an encounter with the King of Kings. As you walk in your day-to-day, just know, God, who are you highlighting? God, open an opportunity for me to minister to someone. I want to be able to minister your gospel clearly. God, open a door for me to minister your goodness, because we are called to shape, change cultures, not allow cultures to shape and change us. Beloved, I'm very thankful for you. Love you so much. There's so much more about this. We could go on forever and ever, but I just feel I wanted to share just a little bit of that. Thank you for watching. I'm so appreciative of it. If this touched you in any way, hey, leave a comment, subscribe, share this in hopes that it encourages your friends, your families. And guys, I love you so much. I pray blessings over you all. God bless.